Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Never a Straight Answer, the podcast that aims to cover a wide range of topics from conspiracy theories to popular culture and news. I'm Gaz, and as always we've got friend to the greys, lover to the lizard people, the subterranean taxometrist, Taylor.
Hey, don't start on my lizard people, man. We're brethren now.
What, are you a lizard man?
Yeah, man. I'm dealing with the Queen again.
Well, I was going to say the Queen's supposedly a lizard person,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. She likes to do a bit of tongue action.
Who else has been pegged as a lizard?
Who?
Yeah.
All the royals.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she's more like a viper, that bitch.
Well, yeah, well, just don't believe everything you see on YouTube as well, I'll say.
Yeah, all that fucking fake eye
business. When you see the fake eye
shit.
business and stuff, yeah, it's like I've seen some questionable stuff.
Yeah,
and then I think there was that video where Hillary Clinton absolutely hocks up a loogie, and then spits it into a glass of water, and everyone was like, "It's mucus, it's lizard mucus."
Oh yeah, when she was on the stage,
So.
Yeah, the most popular one though is like when she's having that fit.
Yeah, when
I've just been electrocuted, your knickers have just got up my ass.
She's left her love eggs in too long.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, possible. Yeah,
I think.
Well, he doesn't seem to be doing the job.
I think. What's it? Bill had the remote.
Yeah.
He was stuck behind the curtain, fucking.
Yeah, I wonder if he was a bet. Yeah,
cranking
but I can crack you off when you're walking down there, girl.
Bill Clinton was cranking it up to 11.
yeah. He had the CIA. Do electrical work with it.
Well, I won't be surprised if the CIA are listening into this episode.
Well, yeah,
it's like,
we are that famous now.
Yeah, that's debatable. But we have actually had some quite good response on the.
It's been great.
Just generally every week we seem to be getting better
bigger and better. Yeah, we're loving it, man. We're loving all the points of view and your opinions, and it's all great. The support to us, nice one, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. What's been happening in your week this week, man?
My week, work again. Just like work, general life stuff.
Life stuff, and
can't get my ass off Red Dead at the minute. I'm on there like.
I've lost my life to Red Dead, I've got to admit, and I've been Indiana Jones the last couple of days, treasure hunting.
Yeah.
I've spent a couple of days just mooching around.
When
I've had time, because I get home from work and I'm knackered and I just want to get chilled out. So I have a few hours, but then it sucks you in that much that you can just be riding around the countryside.
Minutes is like
hours. Yeah.
It's like Grand Theft, how Rockstar usually do it though, isn't it? So you gotta live to expect it.
Yeah, but it's a world I can get lost in. But it's decent.
Yeah, you definitely got lost today in one.
Oh yeah, I was trying to wrangle a horse, wasn't I? Yeah. It was, I got it.
And you went to see that nice man, didn't you, in that cabin?
Oh, that was Mike. That wasn't me.
That
so
was
it's all right. There was some.
You got touched, didn't you? You got touched up a little bit more.
Yeah,
well, you had a nice smile on your face.
Taylor's come round and said, "Oh yeah, there's a mission you need to check out."
Yeah, you need to check this.
He says, "I've done this."
He
says, "I've done this mission twice. I really enjoyed it, and it needs to be
you need to do it, man." Yeah.
He said so. He sent us round and said, just do what he says, lads.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've done it and I enjoyed it
twice.
You
did? Yeah, twice. What did you do when you come home as well?
No, you mean yourself.
Oh, no, I didn't do it. I seen it on the internet.
It's gone straight in with the bands tonight,
my bro told me, he goes, "Here, have a look at that." I'm like, what the hell's going on there? Well, it's a good game. It's a cracking game.
Yeah, well, like I say, really I was kind of giving Red Dead props the other day for kind of bringing the reputation of the cowboy back.
Oh,
his Brokeback Mountain kind of ruined it for the cowboy. The cowboy was always a tough guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not kind of like, saying it was, you can't be a gay cowboy, but
it was just not
kind of
seen,
like
or
it kind of took.
Well,
Red Dead, I felt it was bringing the reputation back. And
of cowboy.
And then they go and do that.
Well, yeah, but you can't have everything in this world.
Well, the thing is,
everyone else has got a disagreement against it.
It's a very kind of weird game, and I don't want to go on about Red Dead all
I thought this was all about the episode, man. What's going on?
We're not doing the full-on Red Dead episode, no.
No.
We've got a couple. I've got a news story relating.
Oh, right.
And this is what I'm saying. It's like it's set in a time where things were like that. Do you know what I mean? Like these there's a story that was that came out the other day. It's a woman's rights story, and basically the man kicked off YouTube. Because if you played the game, these are kind of like suffragettes. And they're doing a protest and stuff, and you help them out.
Women have rights and all that.
Well, the one YouTuber has kind of like basically murdered a suffragette.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he's carried her to the pig pen and fed her to the pigs. But he screen captured it all, and he's been kicked off YouTube.
Well, he's been kicked off Microsoft, haven't they?
They just kicked him off the internet. Another one bites.
Full ban, you're gonna have to get a new machine.
He's getting a lot of this now, isn't it? Well, no, will getting a new machine actually help, or will that just cause?
Because he's flanked straight.
No, because it's your IP address, isn't it, as well? Like your line though. Couldn't they not just get you on your line?
No, they get it off the machine.
Fair enough.
That's what my mate. He's been done so many fucking times. It's unbelievable.
Done for what?
Yeah, minor stuff. Someone said this.
Oh right.
So he's banned like for 3 months.
Trolling online.
And he was like, "Go and check it out." So then 2 months in, he's like, "Oh right, no, you're not." And
I know a Twitter troll, and he never gets in trouble for saying it. So
he doesn't.
No. Just gets away.
Some people do, don't they? Lucky breaks, don't they?
Yeah. Anything else been happening in the news this week?
Well,
I've got quite a lot of stories here.
You have actually, yeah. I've only got one at the moment, and it was it's about all this. You know, when people are videoing in the sky going, it's like there's 2 suns and stuff like this, where there is brilliant videos on there is 2 suns, but as in not seeing a sun but seeing light over in an area. Well, it looks like it might not be aliens or another planet
real after all.
Yeah. Only on that subject.
Well, I always thought it could have been like, just a reflection of something, or kind of a satellite mirror or something, like, we do have kind of solar reflectors in the atmosphere as well.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it could have been like a reflection.
Well, no, it ends up, it seems to be a group of Canadian...
It's a group of Canadians.
Well, it is Canadian business.
Hello, we got the touches about.
There's a little Canadian business that wants to... Hey, we got a laugh there, got a chuckle. Canadian business that actually has been throwing light up in...
What?
Light has been going up because they're growing tomatoes.
Right. Wait a minute. So ambient light, you mean?
Yeah. Basically, they've got... like a 2 mile
light up in the air.
Well, basically, because of the tomatoes, the light's going down and reflecting back up.
So what they've done is they've got a whole area of tomato crops.
Yeah, like 2 miles of
and then they've put artificial light on, but then because it's so vast, the field,
you'd see it from
the ambient
miles,
light's kind of just making the whole
Toronto,
area
around that area, around that area. But even better, they've turned around and decided, over the next 10 years, we're going to do 2 million more acres. And it's like, what?
Are you sure they're growing tomatoes?
Well, no, I think it's a pot farm myself.
Yeah, well, it probably is, because
it sounds like it to me.
I'll be honest with you, it's like, people have been growing tomatoes outdoors for generations. I don't think it needs any special lighting, unless they're trying to do a bump around the clock.
Well, you wouldn't call yourself Golden Fresh Farms, would you? Otherwise.
Golden Fresh Farms. Yeah,
that's a company basically.
I'd say they're up to something more than tomatoes, but it's legal over there now, so
Well, only in I think it's 5-6 states. It's not all over there yet. But
5-6 states ain't bad.
Yeah, true. You're not wrong with it, but it's a case of free the weed, man, because it does great things.
What they should do is when 420 happens and everyone goes to the park and has a bit of a gets together, all the smokers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They should just kind of a trial day where it's just it is
everywhere.
Just legal that day,
Although I don't really think it should be legal, it should be decriminalised.
Well, no, just
first.
Tolerated that day. I mean, you can kind of get away with it on 420 for some reason.
Well, but that's on the first weed march in 60 years, that was down London. I mean, you could walk up to coppers and go, "Excuse me, officer, you got a light there, mate?"
I doubt they'd give you a light.
But they won't. No,
make
no.
you chuck it
Yeah.
down a grid or
But
something.
everyone-
Or take it home for
If
themselves.
everyone's doing it, they can't stop it. It's plain and simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if everyone's doing it, go on then, arrest me. But if you arrest me, you better arrest everyone down the fucking street. Or I'm shouting out fucking, you're bullying me, you're fucking, you know, you're... Well, you
Harassment.
can't, yeah, harassment, that's it.
Antagonisation.
That's it. So if everyone's
Yeah.
smoking it, they can't.
It's like, why
You
are you
can't do
picking
naught
on? Why are you
about it.
picking on me, officer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of them, the power to the people. The people need to stand up. We've
Well,
not stood up for a long time and we need to stand up again.
Here's a few people who are standing up for something.
Oh, what?
Right.
What, bread?
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about TV
Sausage rolls.
licensing,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, I just think it's a bit kind of like rich in this modern day. You live
Yeah.
in a digital age.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I don't want the service, so why
Yeah.
should I pay for it? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Well, more than 7,000 people are still watching TV on black and white.
Get away.
Yeah. According to statistics that showed, you know, who's bought a TV license over the year.
Yeah, bullshit.
I don't see how that works.
Yeah, because you've got no fucking analog no more.
Well, analog's
no?
gone, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And if you go to if you plug a Freeview box or a Digibox into your TV,
Yeah.
you generally have to use an AV channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to get them at the back
You
of the
haven't
box.
got one of them on
No,
a black and
never
white
used to have
TV.
them, no.
Yeah, you've got to either turn it on a dial.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you've got to tune the channel in.
Unless they're
Yeah.
clever enough to go like, you know what, I'm a smart ass here. I
And
use
then
this and this.
you've also got SCART leads
Yeah.
as well as HDMI leads. It's like, what black and white TVs are equipped with a HDMI lead?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ring them up. Tell them you don't want it. You never use it, and they shouldn't bother you for 2 years. They turn around and say, "We'll come round once." We don't have to let them in. Just some fuck off.
I just tell them I just tell them like I read books. I read books. I watch DVDs.
They have no
And
right
like you say,
of
I've got
arrest,
put
which
on the
they
list.
say they will.
And like you know, I don't use the service, so
Yeah. No one is. They've got the
ring them
right
up.
of arrest, but
They're
no
not-
one's
they're-
ever been
They're
arrested.
not allowed on your property. You can
No.
revoke the right to be on your property.
Yeah.
You can just basically write them a
warrant is
letter
bullshit.
saying I don't use your service.
Yeah.
Can I please be removed? And
Yeah.
that'll be it.
Yeah, they
put
say
you-
they won't contact you for 2 years, but they
Well,
might
it's
pop
actually-
round once.
It's actually 3 years, and I've never
3 years,
I've
then.
never had I've never had
Yeah.
a call round.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a detective van?
There isn't any.
I know.
Yeah, not a single one.
It's crazy,
I
isn't
knew
it?
they
I've
were
never-
bullshitting back in
Of
the
course,
day.
yeah, but it's the fact that you know it was that scare tactic.
which they
But
always do.
I've literally never seen one. I've seen Google vans.
Yeah.
I've seen people going around
Seen
doing the
ice cream
Google
vans.
Earth, and I've seen ice cream vans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never once seen a BT detective van.
I never.
I never
BT.
once. I mean, I've probably seen more undercover fucking
Police officers.
police vans. You know, disguised as ice cream vans.
Oh yeah. There's
So-
a few. There's a few.
So yeah. To be fair, I mean, like I say, digital age. If you don't want a TV license, I mean, if you don't want a
couldn't do it.
BBC, they should be able to switch you off, opt out. You know what I mean?
No, what is where the rights are going wrong against us. Right, they're throwing it out for free. We don't want it. They can't stop us from not having it.
Well, you can't. Yeah. So
you have to
basically,
pay.
what they're saying is basically if your house is capable of receiving that signal, then that's how
Hold
they
on.
look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Which most houses
But
are.
even if you've got either a computer
Oh, yeah.
or a phone,
Well, that doesn't make
you
sense
still
as
get
well.
charged. They will still try and charge you for it.
Well, the thing
and there's
is,
no
right?
for it.
You know, biggest. They say we don't make money off advertising, which they totally do.
Yeah.
You know, DVD sales worldwide.
Yeah.
You know, all that. Yeah. Right. The law is about the TV license if it's actually a live broadcast.
Actually,
and
it's
then
changed.
since nothing's actually live,
Changed
there's
last
always
year.
a delay.
It's also demand as well now.
Well, it shouldn't be demand
It shouldn't
because
be.
that's not,
But it is.
you know, that's just content that is.
Exactly,
You
I
can't-
totally
you can't-
agree. I
don't
would
agree
not
with
pay it. I
Well,
would
I
tell
don't
them to
use
get off my
their on-demand
doorstep.
service either, so there you go.
Yeah, they're just knob jockeys, I can say.
So I've got a bit of NASA news.
Oh yeah, we like a bit of NASA news. Never a straight answer.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting one actually. It's a good story because you know there's been a lot of probes breaking records recently. Hasn't
Oh
there?
yes, there has.
And here's another one. The Parker Solar Probe has
brilliant.
broken a record this week for becoming the closest spacecraft to the sun. I think it was 26. It doesn't sound very close when you hear how close it got. It got 26.55 million miles from the sun.
26.
Yeah, from its surface.
That is close, man.
Over 26 million miles.
Yeah, we're 93 million miles away from it.
So he did get quite close.
Yeah,
then,
so he's really, really close.
Yeah,
it's closer than is it Mercury?
Well, it's got that closer now. It started returning signal and stuff, and it's
good. So it's working.
It's all working
for now until the battery runs out and they can't charge it up.
Yeah, well,
like they do with the other one.
The other one just kind of drifted off into the Kuiper belt, didn't it? So, and they've also spotted a UFO Borg cube has been caught near the sun again on NASA cameras. So. Yeah, what do you make of this? This is a similar thing to what we were talking about last week about the cubes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's a load of planet size as well, like Earth-sized planet or Mercury-sized planet as well. There's loads of videos on them, and I don't know. It's like, well, what other answer is there?
What for?
For what it is. It's got to be something sucking something from the sun.
The pictures of it just look like a crazy big cube. Yeah. It looks like...
hold on, is it black cube?
No, well, it depends because they always use filters and stuff like that, so
no,
it's
because
very
a lot of them now
it looked actually,
cover them, don't they?
It looked blue, but that was just because a filter was over it. There was definitely like looking at it through a
Could it look like
filter.
that NASA could have marked it out?
But what, no, it was actually a three-dimensional shape.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Then, well, I don't know the answer, I wish I did, but the only conclusion that, like, majority of people come up to is that it's got to be something else.
Yeah.
As in, not anything to do with us, so it's something out in space, what's going on there, which could be what's going on with the planet and everything going tits up, basically. You know what I mean? And we're just being put in the dark, not being told anything, and they know what's going to go on. If we're going to fucking disaster, then it's going to happen, innit? At the end of the day, like, live every day that you can, best you can. Because you never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's around the corner.
Check this out. There's a man here, right? This man turned up 2 months he turned up at his family home 2 months after his funeral.
What's wrong with that?
Well, he's had a funeral. He was the
he's still wearing the coffin.
He was assumed.
He didn't turn up in a coffin. He
turned up alive and well at his house.
His missus was going crazy. I better get rid of that other fella I've been having in.
Potentially, yeah. She could have moved someone else in. You never know. But this guy, I can't pronounce his name because he's from Kazakhstan, right?
Spell it out
hang on, I'm going to try and pronounce it in a Kazakhstan way, right? Right?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I'm going to say
he...
that's what he's called, right? He turned up at the family home.
Jesus.
After they even actually went to the. Do you know when you have to identify the body?
Yeah.
Right. So they've turned up at the mortuary.
Yeah.
Right. And
100% it's him.
Oh no, they didn't go 100%.
What?
Right. They were 99.2% sure.
How could they be that specific? 99. What the?
99.2% sure it was him. Right. Buried him. Then two months later,
rummage, wasn't it?
he fucking showing up at the house.
Yeah.
All well and good.
What the fuck? So where's he said he's been?
I don't know. He's probably been off with his fancy woman.
Insurance, I
Essentially.
reckon. Yeah, probably. Mind you wouldn't turn up back there 2 months, not unless you were missing your wife. You'll never do that, will you, really?
He might.
Well, he might. He might love her.
He might have been in hospital. He might have had an accident and just been like, in a hospital.
Yeah.
Or, unable to contact him.
Well, yeah, there has been over the last couple of years.
He could be a spy for the Kazakhstani government.
He could be, yeah.
I don't know.
He could be working Black Ops under.
Yeah, and he just, he says, hush, need to know basis. I cannot tell you.
I know where he might have been. He might have been a waiter for maybe the Illuminati parties and that.
He's like, can I tell my wife? And he's like, no, you can't.
Yeah, no, tell your sister.
So.
Oh, you naughty boy.
So yeah, is there nothing else you want to talk about this week, Taylor?
Not on that kind of subject.
I've got something I want to talk about.
Go on, yeah.
Did you see that? What's it?
What? I saw what's it. Yeah, he was in the fridge.
I know you're a bit of a fan, right?
All right, go on.
So what do you make of Trump this week.
Trump.
Yeah, because
we had a little debate.
We did actually, yeah, because I felt like, you can agree with some of his policies, but you don't have to be, he can still admit when he's been a bit out of order.
Right, you tell the viewers what you think he did wrong this week.
Well, it wasn't necessarily that he did anything wrong in terms of he put somebody in a position where they
and
wanted
it's listeners, by the way, not viewers. Sorry.
Right. Well, I wanted to get the point across that if he's asked a question, then as the leader of the country, he should have been able. He should have asked that open and honest, or do what every other politician does, and swerve it. Yeah. Right. He didn't swerve it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
he just point blank turned around and said, "I don't want to ask you a question."
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Swooped
this
his
because
aid
of CNN asking.
Whoa. You asked me, right? So he swooped his aid in, right, to grab the mic off him. But he's like, wait a minute, I've been trying to get a question out all night. Yeah. You've been swerving me. Yeah. I've finally got the microphone, and you're just cutting me off. I want to finish my question, right?
Right.
And his aide tried to get it,
right.
And next thing he's assaulted her.
He has.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't.
No, he has.
I think most people.
In fact, he assaulted and battered her.
No. Well,
no, he did.
Oh no! Are you talking about British law here? Because that's not necessarily.
No, that is part of their law.
Well, not generally speaking, right? That's just a really fucking far.
So that
out
was
definition.
your issue, that about the army.
That wasn't. Everyone who's seen the video will totally agree that is not assault or battery.
Yeah, you
right?
tell Fox News. Fox News was going all over.
Well, I'm sure Fox News were because they're not really too bothered about the rival CNN.
Here we go. I've got a few pieces of info on this. Right. First of all, the guy.
Whoa! I've not finished.
All right. Go on.
So this guy, right? In America, where there's this freedom of speech,
never freedom of speech anywhere.
At the end of the day, he's entitled to ask a question,
he is.
Right? And he's entitled to get a bullshit response or just.
He doesn't have to get a response,
right? I felt like what he did was a bit childish and out of order.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. Is that you?
Yeah.
That you thinking, right? All right, then. Well, let me put you back into position next.
Put me back into position.
Right.
No, we
now
all know
listen to this. Right. From the start, CNN and I think it's about 4 other papers, journalists were bringing out fake news, which was proven.
Can I just stop
which
you there
was
about
fake
the fake news? Who proved what that was fake news?
Other papers were actually proving that it was fake news.
How do you know it wasn't those other papers
because
trying to discredit?
That it was fake news.
Do you know that they weren't trying to discredit them? Do you know what I mean? By saying
because bombshells were being dropped left, right, and centre.
It comes back down to I don't want to kind of have any other opinion, so therefore what he's saying is false and it's fake news, and no one should listen to it because it's not true.
No.
Yeah, that's what it kind of comes across
then
as.
papers got slandered for it.
But I know that. I know there was a lot. I know it wasn't.
So there was a load.
It was more journalists putting stuff up on Facebook and things like that about fake news, where it was kind of like everyone was retweeting
saying the editor was doing this, doing that, and he should have been doing this and doing that, and he wasn't. He was putting the fake news through. So basically, them editors have fucked it up for the rest of them, because from the beginning, Trump turned around and said, "I will not answer questions."
You can't tarnish your whole journalist. Every journalist who works
he can do what he wants.
Well, that's again a dictatorship.
Because he's a sovereign like everyone else.
That is not a sovereign.
He can do what he wants.
At the end of the day, that is a dictatorship. Yeah, just by him saying I can do whatever I want and nobody can.
No.
If I don't agree with what the question you're asking or your opinion, then I will shut you down because I'm the president and I can do what I want.
Okay,
I'm
this
the
is going to shut you down.
I'm the greatest president in the world.
Right.
The greatest in the world.
You seen it from the part they wanted you to see it. Right, the guy actually did ask 2 questions beforehand. He was being greedy with the questions. They've had problems with him before. And President Trump doesn't have to answer
regardless
any question.
Of if this guy,
he's like everyone else.
Regardless of whether it's this guy or the next guy, I've seen kind of
the guy's been known to be a numpty.
Like I say, Yeah, I coined a phrase the other day, didn't I, Taylor?
Go on.
A flat trumper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like I say...
Told you I should my fucking
Like I
balls
say-
in his mouth.
Like I say, you know, you can agree with his party politics and what he does and getting the job done, but when it comes to someone being a bit out of order, you know, it's like, as a flat earther, you just don't. A flat earther doesn't.
I'm gonna have to drop
take
the bomb on now.
any
I'm gonna have to drop the bomb on
I can't hear anything bad about my leader.
No, it's not a case of that. I do think he's a numpty in some ways.
Yeah.
But he's like is the bomb drop. I look at a man or woman.
Bad phrase of words considering bomb drop.
Well, oh yeah, well, you know what I mean. Well, he dropped a couple of bombs, so you know. The big one as well. Can't remember what they called that.
The deuce.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. I view a man or woman of not what they say, but what they do.
Right.
And he has done a hell of a lot more in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And when it comes to his tweets,
he's
then
doing
that's
it by
fair
business.
enough. You don't do. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and like I say, I don't dispute.
You don't have to listen to
that's
him.
not a bombshell. That to me is just like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree that what he's doing in terms of getting the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think in terms of being like having social skills and being a kind of a person who can relate to other people and have
Guy's got balls.
Have sort
They
of
say how he sees it.
What's the word?
He has nothing to lose apart from
doesn't
his
matter.
businesses and money. And that's
The
it.
thing is, you just, you know, going around being a bit of a cunt is not.
Well, he's not being a cunt. No, that other guy was being a cunt.
Well, again,
Because he wouldn't let the microphone go. He was told to let the. You've had your 2 questions. You're now being greedy and asking 2 more.
He was asking a question and he got shut down.
Yeah,
right?
because he'd already answered the other 2 questions before.
Well, I didn't see that, so and I don't.
See, that's what I mean about how media can work it that way.
Well, I'm sure media can work it that way, but
if
at
you
the
watch
end
it
of
from
the
the
day,
beginning, the interview, the whole lot, then you see it in a totally different light to when you see it on the news and it's got a clip like 50 seconds long. You watch it for fucking 10 minutes and you'll go, actually, why the fuck was I listening to the news?
Based on what you were saying the other day about him being kind of like he won't answer questions from
them,
CNN.
yeah, he doesn't
right?
have to.
That's not a kind of a grown-up way of doing your job, right?
Hold on, if someone's turning around calling you a liar, doing all this behind your back
yeah,
or
but
whatever.
that's an organisation. You can't like at the end of the day, you're a journalist. You might be the good the one good journalist in that organisation who wants to get the truth out.
Is that journalist an
all of a
individual?
sudden he can't get.
Is that journalist an individual?
Yes, an individual.
Is the president an individual?
Yeah, but
right. Well, then they have their rights to say nothing.
At the end of the day, he has got he's got a responsibility to a nation. He's got
and he's showing what he's doing.
He's got a major responsibility to his nation.
Yeah, and he's showing what he's doing.
So therefore, it's not about being an individual, because he's not an individual. He's by taking that job on, he's not an individual.
But he's still an individual.
He's giving himself to the nation.
Yeah,
He's basically said, I'm here to make sure
to do a job.
To do the job.
To do
right?
a
Part
job.
of that job is PR, public relations.
Yes.
Right? Well, every time you see him in a PR situation, he's a bit of a knob.
sacking someone.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. So that's what I'm saying.
That's his job.
Fair enough.
You're not going to have some numpty if you don't believe that they're the right person for the job.
No, you don't want a numpty. What he doesn't want is a numpty that says no.
That's right.
He doesn't want a numpty that says no or says that's a bad idea. He wants a whole crew of yes men.
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's how it looks. And that's why he sacks
that.
everybody.
No,
but,
not the way.
And that's what I'm saying. You've got to kind of look at it as in it's like he's not a golden child. He's got.
No, but he's a
problems.
person who does what he does. He doesn't speak. He does.
Businessmen make
but
bad
he does speak.
financial
He speaks bad.
business decisions,
and that's how he's running the country as a business.
But that's what I'm saying. Businessmen make bad financial decisions every day, right? Trump himself hasn't always been a millionaire.
Exactly.
He bankrupted himself and come back up.
Well,
right?
in America, you're not a businessman unless you've been down 3 times.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
3 times.
At the end of the day, what bad decision did he make? He obviously made a couple of bad decisions.
Yeah, but you learn from your mistakes on that case.
But that's what I'm saying. But this is only the first time he's been president.
Yeah.
So you've got to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, and if he doesn't do a good job, then he won't go through in the next.
Well, like I say,
4, will
I'm not knocking the guy. But I thought you'd want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I say,
I like a little politics.
I like his finger. Like, you know, he's
Charisma.
Yeah. He's got charisma about him.
Yeah,
and
he's got
like,
something about him. I mean, yeah, he's an ugly fucker, man, and he talks
But what I'm getting
shit
at is,
sometimes,
it's
but
like
he does it.
there's a certain occasions when I think, man, you're a bit out of order there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's how you see it.
Government's out of order all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Government's always doing stuff. The government's never in your best interest.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
fucking
and
right
who's at the
there.
head of government?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just 'cause he's
there
hold on.
There you go.
Just because he's at the head, don't mean he's in charge.
Oh well, someone probably worse is in charge, and he's just a puppet.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he is effectively.
Don't trust any of them.
No.
So yeah. No matter what they've done, even if they look like they're doing good stuff, it's probably smoke and mirrors. Mirrors to cover up what they're actually doing.
And you know what?
Yeah, we'll build a wall.
Such a businessman, and such a president, he's never been in a Bilderberg meeting. Not a single one. Yet other small
They probably
individuals. Actually, in one of the rosters, the Trump campaign was one of the top things they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's like,
there you go.
Yeah. So I don't think he's.
Anyway, it's the
midterm elections,
isn't it? So
he got the house, the top end, and
I wish we had like a kind of. I mean,
Lords,
you totally missed where you jumped in there. You didn't get where I was going to say. I was going to say I wish we had some sort of fucking character as our leader.
Yeah, we have Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
Boris in the job.
Boris and his brothers just quit.
Yeah,
His brothers quit today.
Good,
So
good reason as well, man. Good reason. He thinks we're going to get fucked.
Isn't he the transport minister?
Yeah, transport minister, and he reckons Germany. The way the agreement works, that Germany and France will gain a lot more power.
Well, what's it matter to him if our trains and buses are running on time and whether to exit
because
the Brexit?
We need our sovereignty. We want our sovereignty back. If we
so
do not get our sovereignty, basically the new world order, the way the things that we're supposed to be doing, or then naughty boys and girls are supposed to be doing, will win.
I can see this being a bit of a good episode.
Basically,
where sovereignty is concerned.
Yeah, because everyone's got the sovereignty, but they've lost
Taylor's
it.
Sovereignty.
They've lost it. You want your sovereignty back? You take your sovereignty back, man. Because no one's.
# Taylor's sovereignty.
Yeah, look your sovereignty, man. Yeah,
right.
Look it up. What it means, man. Check it.
We'll check
it, man. We're wrecked, boy.
Check it out. Sovereignty is all it is about. Yeah. Bing. Yeah, well, anyway, there's a couple of other things in terms of like, what I was getting at is it's like we've not got we've got Boris Johnson, he's left, right? Yeah. But like, we've not got these sort of like fucking cartoon character as a.
What are you saying? We should have Sir Alan Sugar.
Tony Blair was a bit of a cartoon character.
Yeah, he was a bit of a joker, alright.
It's like you can see him in a caricature.
You know how to spend our money.
Yeah, trees mate. But when you think about it as well, right? Since kind of when was it
what?
Right, so we had the hung parliament, didn't we? When we got the Conservatives and the Lib Dems in, right? He was just like some guy who hung around the big boy pretending to be cool.
Yeah.
Like,
he was hanging around with his bodyguard.
Oh yeah, I'm at Houses of Parliament and 10 Downing Street every day now.
First time I've been in here.
Yeah, lovely, isn't it? It's like,
and that's the toilets.
But then, we did vote Cameron in. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, but the only reason he got in was because
he was kind of in already.
No, because he offered the vote.
Yeah.
But the years before, he offered the vote and he went back on it. So this time, basically, he turned around and said, I will offer you the vote this time. There is no way I will not offer you the vote. And he had to do it. And that's why the little creep, when he went back in his office, him and his cronies didn't write a list for what happens if we do go and what happens if we don't.
I just don't think he thought we were going to.
But that's not his decision. His decision is to be there when the shit is
exactly. Yeah, but then he's bailed anyway. Yeah, and then we've got another replacement. We've got another replacement. Somebody else who we didn't vote for. Yeah. In Parliament. Yeah. Right, as our leader. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. We should be. You know what? Well, fuck.
Yeah, but then we did have a vote.
Right, what we need to do, instead of having another referendum, we should fucking vote for a new leader. Yeah, vote for a new leader who's going to make a fucking not a rash decision, a proper good decision.
No.
At the end of the day, if we leave
No.
leave now the European Union,
They don't want us to leave.
well, I don't care if they don't want us to leave. Yeah, what they should do is just do it because that's what we want.
Yeah,
right.
but that's a hard Brexit. But they
Doesn't
don't want a
matter.
hard Brexit because it will hurt us. But
Doesn't matter.
and they want
If
their
it doesn't
40
work out,
billion.
if it doesn't
they don't
work
get
out,
their
we'll
40
cross
billion.
that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, but
we
you
might
can't
have we might have a better prime minister.
You won't be
by
saying
then.
that when there's no gas or no oil, no water.
Fuck that. Oh well.
Well, yeah.
Oh well. Those are the.
But-
You make your bed, you lie in it.
Well, yeah. But we need to lie in a bed where it's nice and comfortable. Don't get me wrong. I'd want a hard Brexit now because the government are doing such a fucked up job that even like she said, 95% of it's done. It's just about the borders and shit. I bet most of that is all bullshit. I bet most of it's fucking us because they don't want to leave. They want to keep us in the back door.
Obviously they do, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 years or whatever, they've been basically making everybody putting all these scare tactics out about your house prices are going to go down, or as a small business you'll lose money, or whatever.
It's happening anyway because the world's
So more and more, your average person's thinking, oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
I might change my mind. But at the end of the day, it's like it's like what we're going to have a best out of three. Because what happens if if they do win? Then it's like turning around. I was talking to somebody the other day, and the way they put it was it's like a football team winning the Premier League, and then someone saying, "Oh, it shouldn't have happened like that. We need to play the whole. We need to run the whole season again."
Yeah, and we've got 2 weeks to do it in.
Yeah, it's not. And then it's like best out of 3, best out of 5, best out of 7.
What they're doing is they're going to ask another question.
That's the point of a democracy.
Exactly. We've lost our democracy. I'm afraid if we do have another vote, fuck knows. I may even leave the country. To be honest, I'm fucking so sick and tired of the fucking place.
Where would you go?
I mean, where would I go? I don't know, somewhere where a fucking island on my own, so no cunt can bother me. How about that one? UFOs can come fucking visit me then.
Taylor Island.
Yeah, man. I'll watch it when the 2 suns go down and the rest of the world's getting fucked, and it's all happening around me, and I can't do shit about it like I can't do now. Because all the dickheads that are at the top positions are going, thinking of the fucking deep pockets instead of the actual proper
they're all
job.
sat in the bunkers.
Yeah.
Drinking fucking Dom Perignon.
I'm not against the establishment or anything, but I am when they're knobheads.
Come on, get out the way,
you know what I mean? When you need something there and it's not fucking there.
Harley's
do your job right.
the bunker.
Daft swats.
And
yeah. She's liking my leg. Are you gonna put your
what was I gonna say?
In there
have you we've got a really good topic this week.
Yes, we have.
Now can you calm down now? Can you take a couple of deep breaths?
Yeah, I might have a drink of Coke.
Have a moment.
You've made me irate now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, like I say, it was something that you wanted to talk about, so I thought we'd have.
Yeah. I'm fine. Thank you, man. Yeah,
all right.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It gets all the stress.
Gets it off. It's good to let it out, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're such wankers. You know what I mean? Such simple fucking things to do, and they want to do it. It's so difficult. Like, oh, you have to check this, we have to do this, we have to do this, for all this red tape. Fuck off.
The views and opinions expressed here, not necessarily.
Yeah, just mine, man. Yeah, like the world's fucked, and we need to actually realise it.
Well, this week's topic, we're gonna. It's still kind of a bit of a kind of a government-y weird project. Ooh. Well, if it's to be believed. To be fair,
yeah, but to be fair, I sort of do.
You believe this one?
I do.
Well, I've been looking
so much to state to it.
I've been having a look into it myself this week, and
it's pissed you off a bit, hasn't it?
It has a bit, yeah. The more I've been researching,
and I've seen this from the start.
You might hear me getting a bit irate during this one.
Yeah, calm down, it's only commercial.
Well, what it is right.
Oh, that no.
There's a lot. At first, I couldn't find a lot of information about it. I'd heard it. I'd seen a couple of shows on ancient aliens and stuff like that. Yeah, so I was aware of it. Yeah. Then I watched a really long documentary about it.
Yeah.
And kind of that opened it up quite a lot. But to be honest, it's one of those sort of stories.
You usually do.
So let me just give you the first breakdown. Yeah. So the Dulce Base, right?
Yeah.
Is how you pronounce it? How would you pronounce it?
Well, I've been saying Dulce, Anna.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's like I think last week we were saying Dante,
or something.
Yeah, but like I can appreciate where you're kind of going with that because it's like Dante's Inferno.
How's it spelled?
Well, it's spelled Dulce.
Yeah.
And it's one of the largest sort of area, one of the largest bases in the New Mexico, Colorado area in the region. Yeah. And because it's quite a lot of bases. It's New Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah,
so
okay, yeah.
New Mexico,
Your
Colorado.
fault, my mistake, yeah.
Right. So.
That got you, didn't it?
I'll let you have that for the cheek.
Well, you got it, haven't you?
So, it's one of the largest bases in the area because obviously there's the Area 51.
Yeah.
Or Roswell.
Loads
there's
of bases.
What else?
Loads.
Los Santos.
Yeah, Los Santos base, which I've got someone.
Oh, is it Los Alamos?
You are right there. It's Los Alamos. I'm thinking of Grand Theft Auto.
I know, I was thinking. Do you know what? That's because I've been playing Rockstar games.
Yeah.
I've got GTA on my mind. I'm thinking, can't wait for GTA 6.
Yeah.
Well,
20, I think.
This base is a large alien base, right? It's home to the Greys, the reptilians, and a few other species,
including
genetically
humans.
Modified, hybrids.
Yes.
DNA manipulated, gene modified, mind controlled.
Yes, trying to get abilities.
All done on humans by aliens and on aliens by humans.
Yes.
Atomic manipulation.
Yes.
Species mashups, if you like.
Yeah.
Crossbreeding.
Crocodile with
this
a
is I mean, well, I suppose you've got to do them somewhere.
Well, how are you going to find abilities unless you join it together?
Well, I always thought this because, like, when they did the cow and they've cloned things.
Yeah.
I always thought, they're up to this. Where are they doing it? There's got to be a lab somewhere where. And I know they say, it's ethically frowned upon, but
there's got to
be somewhere. And I don't. So it makes me think there are these sort of places that do exist.
Yeah, of
but
course.
The conspiracy about the Dulce Base, which they call it the base, because it doesn't have a sort of an 100% affiliation with any sort of branch of the military. So. The army or the air force or the navy or anything like that, they all use it, as well as intergalactic.
It's like
the intergalactic workforce.
Right? Do you know what they reckon? That it's Men in Black.
Yes.
The like the base, the spaceport.
What, when they go into the Men in Black headquarters when Will Smith busts in and everyone's like it's in an airport and they're all coming and going?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if to laugh or.
Wait a minute. So we've got one government facility in Denver Airport where the base is underground and the airport's on the top.
Yeah.
And then you've got another one in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Where the airport's underground and the base is on top.
Yeah. Well, in fact, there's Back in 1996, there was 131 bases, 3 in each state.
And apparently they're all probably linked up as well.
And they are all linked up. And in fact, in Sweden, there was let me get my paperwork a minute. In Sweden, there was a base being built there that it will cost 2 trillion, and it was going to be 38 miles across.
Right.
And that was one of many. It was going to take 5 years to build.
Well, apparently, a lot of these bases are actually fully equipped.
Yeah.
With like all the best technology. Food, games, Monopoly, chess.
All old
Super Nintendos.
All old ones. Old underground, old bunkers.
Yeah.
They're using them for gas and food storage. So they put the new ones, which are deep. They're going down around about 15,000 feet and stuff like that. And then they're starting to dig out the process.
Well, the Dulce Base is home to a lot of conspiracy theories claiming that joint operations with humans and aliens in an underground facility that is located in the I can't pronounce this. Is it the Athema Mesa?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Which is the mountain that's that's it's basically a mountain in the New Mexico, Colorado borders.
Yeah.
Right. And it does have a base there.
Yes.
There is a military base.
There is, yeah.
Which is Dulce Base.
Yeah.
Right. So no
there's hidden
dispute that it is actually exists, but it's what's actually going on in the Mesa.
Yeah.
That's the conspiracy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So
by far.
I do apologise. So like I say, it's based in New Mexico, United States, and claims first arose from a businessman named Paul Benowitz in 1979, when Benowitz became obsessed and convinced that he was intercepting electronic communications from alien spacecraft and the bases close to the Mesa.
See, I've heard differently.
So go on, what you
I've
saying?
heard it first started off in 1909.
Well, like I said to you earlier, I think that comes down to the base started off like, so the Dulce Base was a base as early as that, but what was actually going on in the mountain was later on.
The mountain.
Well, are you talking about the natural cavities and stuff like that?
Yeah. Because
so they used it as a hangout even before they...
Basically, it was the US Army cavalry that come in...
Right.
To go for looking for bandits, basically,
right,
in the area. And as they were going through, this is what the report stated anyway. When they went through, that they went through this canyon, and they seen horse-shaped like ships and some fucking tall like monsters.
Monsters.
So basically they legged it.
Right.
And that was the first reports
of
something going on
a
there.
Thing in the area.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But not actually as in the base. That might, like you said, that might have been the start of making of the base.
Yeah, because I mean,
there's
like
reports saying that there's thousands of years ago people saying certain people.
Say thousands of years ago. It's hundreds of years ago.
They're going. No, they are. They're going. Some people are saying thousands.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like they always have these sort of hotspots.
Yeah.
For activity.
That is a hotspot. Yeah.
So if that's a hotspot for activity, obviously, like the Nevada, New Mexico sort of like area,
and
it's kind of always kind of like finger. Well, the missing.
Yeah.
The missing people come into it later though, so it's like.
No, because around the base there's in 1990 there was a report from. For missing people from the FBI, CIA, and the DIA, right, which is Defense Intelligence Agency, that 1 million people, adults, go missing.
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly 100,000 children go missing per year, and that was back then.
Yeah.
Before the 411. Missing come out and stuff like that.
Well, that's just a book with a few cases in it. Yeah.
Before anyone even looked into it, that was already their reports.
Well, like I say, what I think on that is that, like in terms of it being a hotspot, potentially, it could have been a hotspot.
Yeah.
Like I think that, like you say, the cavalry came in and probably set up a base there.
Yeah.
Around the start of the century.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Then. Well, because you think about, like, when they actually came over and stuff like that, like, once they got into proper roaming the country and stuff, they started setting up bases all over.
Yeah. You settle where you're safer position for your country.
Because there was a report on, in the 1939 of a lumber yard or a lumber company digging a new road up the mountain, right?
Okay.
And apparently they were going up there to do lumber yard work, right?
Yeah.
So they built the new road, and all the locals, which was basically a small sort of reservation of Indian natives.
Yeah.
About 3,000 people live on this reservation, and literally all of them have had UFO encounters.
Yeah.
Now, there was probably a small, maybe even more Indians on that reservation back then because of dwindling numbers now.
That's true. What year was that?
This was in 1939.
Because I might have something there because I got...
sorry, it was 1947. So under the guise of a lumber logging company, but basically these lots of trucks and trailers went up there, but no logs came down.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, so there was never any lumber being brought back, but this road was being built. So that started off speculations about operations about the base
Black
being
Ops and
built.
shit,
Yeah, like there was some structural
Business going on there.
being sort of developed within the mountain, and then, like I say, the first sort of instance where somebody, just a general Joe, regular guy, had come out with like he thought that there was sort of weird stuff going on within the mountain. Was this Benowitz, when he started kind of having like tinfoil hat sort of experiences where he was he was hearing transmissions.
Well, I believe I'd have to double check on this, but I believe the mountain itself. Did you ever see the
Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Yeah, I knew you were going to say
that. Was the mountain that they was on about.
Oh, no, that was the Devil's Tower.
Yeah, because there's also reports about that actually happened at another place.
Well, the Devil's Tower actually is a place where it's supposed to be like a bit of a curse on it. And that's the one that everyone started suspecting was a big tree stump. Because of the shape of it. That's it, when he's doing it out of mashed potato in.
Because it sort of looks like the night in the Dante.
Well,
saying that again, Dante.
Well, like I can totally get where you're coming from with the 7 rings of hell, because I mean, like it's dead funny when you actually get into what the levels of the base.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like to go 7.
So when it comes to like the rings of hell, the first 3 are kind of like, you know, what did I do to deserve this?
Oh yeah.
So
time,
the next person, I mean, like I say, so like this guy Benowitz. By 1980, he was fully integrated with the topic. He was basically really into it. And he thought that he discovered a secret base filled with grey aliens, humans, and reptilians all working together. So, based off these communications he thought he heard, he kind of like started putting it out there that this was going on in the mountain. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So the story started to grow, spread, and around the UFO community. And by the end of the 1980s, a man, a ufologist called John Lear, claimed he had confirmed the base existence.
The late John, yeah.
So he's claimed he claims that he had confirmation that the base did exist. Like we say, the base 100% exists. But the Talbot Weekly News paper published a story called UFO Base Found in New Mexico, claiming that alien invaders from another solar system were up in the mountain to perform weird, bizarre, freaky genetic experiments on humans.
Oh yeah, well, it's possible.
There was also Leonard Springfield. He was quoted as the source of the story in that paper. And he said, I've never read such a distortion of the facts in all my life. So like he's given an account of something, and then they've twisted it up, like you were saying earlier, what media get up to, like you know, twist it to make it fit their narrative.
Yeah, exactly. So the fit for purpose, as I suppose think.
Then there was political scientist Michael Barkran, who wrote that. In the Cold War, underground missile silos, right, and sort of like, you know, natural cave systems, were gave the claims like a superficial plausibility, because it's possible because the cave systems in like these silos might exist. Do you know what I mean? And like you're saying about these tunnelers. Could they have just been boring out silos for?
No, because I know of one. I got the story on a guy called Phil. I can't remember his fucking last name now.
Phil McCracken.
No, Phil Snyder.
Oh yeah, no relation to Rob.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, no. There's stories since like since 1996 where basically he come out and he was starting to do some lectures and stuff talking about what he used to do with the military. Now this guy used to work at Groom Lake at Area 51. There's actually a book called the Stealth Fighter Pilot out there that's actually got a picture of him in there.
Yeah, you see, what's this guy called again?
Phil Snyder.
Right, because like I say, it was like I've been doing a lot of like research into this topic, and like he only comes up in that one documentary. So it's like it kind of seems to me like what does he say he did there?
Right. Well, basically, the breakdown of it is he did like 13 bases. He'd worked for the government for 17 years.
Well, he must have been in it from like 1947 when they started designing and putting the base in.
He designed a lot of the bases that were around.
So he didn't necessarily. Well, so he might have just been on like on a maintenance thing to come in and check it out.
Well, yeah, he dealt with soils and stuff like that as well. Right. That he knew how to, he knew how to make. So he was a
geologist as well, like
Yeah, he had like a host of stuff that he did, and basically he was told to basically build the base around Dante. So I was like, right, we're extending it. So right, okay, we're going into the mountain, bang, bang, bang.
Call it Dante again.
Yeah, I'm like, well, yeah, Dulce, Dulce in that
Dulce.
Yeah. So he was drilling 4 holes into the place. Now there was 69 people there, including himself, at that time when they were doing the digging underground. So then they was having a problem with one of them, where it kept bringing up soil that was like wrong, and then like machine parts was getting like broken quickly and all that, and like laser pipe pieces weren't working right for some reason. So they ended up sending a probe down there. So he sent this probe down there, and it's disappeared. They can't get it. They don't know what's happened. So next thing, he has to go down because he's like in charge of the operation himself. Most of the others were Marines that were, guarding it, making sure no one comes near it, and like keeping it a fucking secret. So basically, he went down the hole, and he got to the bottom, and he had a wolf of PPK on him, I think he had, and which was a pistol. He had his belt, which had, for soil samples and stuff like that, and he was in like a get-up, with disease control or something. Yeah. That kind of stuff. So he's got down at the bottom, and he stood up and he turned round, and one of these things was looking at him, and it was about 7 feet away from him. And
is this the same time as he said earlier? Or?
It was August 1979.
Right, okay.
It happened there. So he'd automatically thought.
Now the base was established. Like the base was actually up and running. At that point,
established. Yeah. 7 levels. That's where all this 7 level business come with. Because he'd hit the bottom level, which he'd said like there's vats of like human body parts, and these creatures were sat in them. It's
funny though that, because do you know that information actually comes from a guy called Thomas what's he called? Thomas Costello.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now Thomas Costello worked on security apparently for the Dulce base.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he said he had all access clearance, so he could go down the elevators to all levels.
Yeah.
And he said that exactly the same thing. Where when you got to level 7, it was vats.
Yeah. People
but he was the first person to come out publicly with that information.
Yeah.
Now he was considered a bit of a whistleblower, if you kind of believe what he says.
Yeah.
So like in terms of like
well, what's the man doing right now?
Well, he was a security. Well, he's dead now.
There you go.
Yeah, but he died of kind of like not natural causes, but like act of God. Do you know what I mean? He died in a.
God, you can make it look like an act of God.
He died in an earthquake. So I think it was legit.
Heart, mate. That's all I got to say. Heart, brubs.
Well, you're gonna take out a whole country just to get one man.
Hey, what? Wipe out 80% of the population? Why not?
Well, Thomas Costello. That's a bit extreme.
It is, but they're knobheads in there.
Well, I don't know about that, but like he was basically security at the base.
Yeah.
And he claimed that UFOs were kind of like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Aliens were there, it was greys and kind of reptilians.
Yeah.
But he weren't allowed
people.
he weren't allowed to fraternise with them. He had to just kind of like, you know, acknowledge that they were there. They couldn't talk to you. You couldn't talk to them.
There was none
unless
of that.
it was the only time they talked was when they were in the labs together and they had to work together.
Yeah.
Right, and like communicate.
Yeah.
Right. But like
But
the greys could telecommunicate, use the telepathic anyway. So you know they could.
But
do
I believe level 6, level 7.
Well, we'll go into into the levels in a minute because we've got like the whole breakdown of what each level is and stuff like that. So, but it's Thingy's story that kind of gets really weird. You know, Thomas.
Yeah.
Right, because Thomas is a weird one. Right, he had these kind of like he'd been told that all this weird stuff that was going on in the base was, you know, it's for their own good.
Yeah.
All these experiments, we're trying to cure people. It's extreme experiments, but for the good of mankind.
Think of it as a security guard in an animal experimentation.
Yeah, it's like you've got to kind of think, am I doing the right thing? It's an ethical conundrum, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what else are you going to use? You know what I mean? If you need to fix something, you take that to fix it. You don't take it. If you wanted your TV fixed, you don't take your microwave out to have it fixed.
Well, we'll go into the levels, right?
Yeah.
Because, like I say, this guy, he had access to all the levels.
Yeah.
And in his description, when he kind of came out with all the information, he kind of gave a breakdown, as well as a couple of kind of documents he was able to sneak out of the layout of the place. But no one's really ever seen these documents, seen copies of or recreations of these documents. But not necessarily the original documents he supposedly snuck out. Yeah,
but if you were a secret organisation, you weren't going to let him out, were you?
Well, so if we start level 7, really, all the exciting stuff's at the top. First floor starts, basically, it starts 200 feet down.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Before you even get anywhere, you've got to go 200 feet down. Then it's maintenance and government offices. Yeah, on the top floor.
You need a government office there, don't you?
Oh, and bio-waste disposal.
Well, you need to get rid of the shit.
Well, it's like when you talk about bio-waste disposal, that's going to be all the fucking... all the body parts that are not used and all the rest of it.
Yeah, because after they've used them,
all the gross shit, man.
Yeah.
On level 2, you've got storage for vehicles.
Yeah.
All like your drillers, your digging machines, your buses, your planes, your helicopters.
Yeah.
Big fucking GTA hangar with all your cars in. Yeah. So
you got to be
like
prepared,
that.
Man.
Then level 3, you've got well, basically anyone who goes down to level 3 has to go through like a screening process.
There's a lot of screening
where they have to kind of get weighed.
Yeah.
Right. Naked.
Yeah.
Right. And then any deviation in your weight up to 3 pounds would result in an X-ray and body search.
Yeah.
Right. All this is just kind of like to
Standard.
kind of make sure you're not bringing anything in.
Well, it'd be getting more and more and more secure, wouldn't it? As it's
and then more government office space. Level 4. On level 4, this is the human aura research. Right. And this makes me think it's fucking stupid. Right.
Go on.
You could have had well better stuff on level 4 if you ask me.
Right.
On level 4, this is human aura research. It carries out on psychic research, dream studies, telepathic, and the delta waves. The delta waves that can even lower heart rates and brain, and then they use brain chips for mind control.
Yeah.
Right. Costello says that it even tells of people being replaced with basically taking their consciousness out and replacing it with an alien's using these brain chips.
Well, we don't know. The technology is far more great than ours, so we couldn't definitely say no.
Oh, also, if you ever try to, you can do astral projection. We were talking about this on one of the...
I'm done at this, bro.
Nah, no, you did the... what's it, man? What was it called? Remote viewing.
Remote viewing, yeah.
Well, astral projections, like when you kind of like
See
can bring
somewhere
yourself
else.
out of your physical
Looking at
body
Paris.
and travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the astral plane, right?
Yeah, like when you fall asleep and you think you've been somewhere before and you maybe have in your fucking dream.
Well, Costello also claims that if you were to try and astral plane yourself, like have an out of body experience and remote view that area as like an astral projection, they can capture you and stick you in a lead-lined cell, which would be in prison as well. That's where they imprison you if they were to replace you.
Right.
Because they'd have to take your soul out or take your aura out to replace your aura with their aura.
So they must have some kind of technology to grab you when you fucking you're weak.
Can you start seeing why I started feeling a bit angry this week?
Yeah, but like I said, like you can never say no, really.
Well, astral travel.
If you can think it or do it, it will happen at one time.
On the aura floor. Number 5 is where all the alien shit is.
Yeah.
So this is where right. Well, I'm starting to think that because he was saying that there was quite a lot of the aliens. I think it was 180,000 or something like that. Really big kind of like community of it.
Yeah.
I've got it written down here.
What's the space?
18,000 greys alone live in this facility apparently.
Yeah.
So they must all have sleeping quarters.
Not necessarily.
Well,
they may not have to sleep.
Well, this is what I was thinking about this the other day.
Technically built not to sleep.
Would you still not need a bit of personal one-on-one time?
Well, no, because they're the slaves.
Well, that's bad
of
now. That's not a life. You're a slave, man. You're not
supposed to have a life, though.
Well, no, they're not the slaves. The Greys aren't the slaves because, like, I was looking into this. No, they're not. Because there's the reptilians who have like two sort of subcultures.
Yeah.
They're called the Dracos, right?
Yeah, and
then they have the
Dracos,
and then they have they have the work race of Dracos, right? Or lizard people. Reptilians, right? Yeah. And then there's the Greys who are totally on their own, right?
Yeah,
so they don't like them, but they don't like the thingy. But the Greys, they just mention as just the Greys.
Well, the way I've seen
there is 3 different types.
There's 3 types. There's the big one in charge. Then you got the medium one who does the soul call, and then you got the smaller ones that are actually the workers. Right. They go out, they do the kidnapping, they do the bring them back to get implanted by the medium ones who are doing all that. Well, the big ones over there back going, you better make sure you do that right.
That's like saying that you're not the same species because you're just taller.
They reckon that they might even be
so you're a lower species than me because I'm taller than you. So you're the medium one, aren't you? Yeah, you're the medium one. I'm the tall one. 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
Hey, I'll put platforms on. I'll be beating you there.
So you're the medium one. So right, I'll remember that medium one.
Yeah. Right. Hey, I'm not fucking grey, so you can go and fuck
yourself. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Isn't that just the Greys are grey, no matter which? If they're a big grey, small grey, or medium grey.
Yeah, it's a different dimension or social network instead of what our network's different.
Well, on level 5, that's where they're all chilling out anyway. Yeah, right. Yeah. So like,
we're all getting down with it. Let's get bugging.
But like I say, the aliens are off limits from the humans, and there's no talking to each other.
Yes.
No working. And like I say, you've got the Greys, and then you've got the Dracos, which is the reptilians, and then they have their secondary sort of working class. So yeah, there is 3 sort of types of alien in the base, like as well as human. Yeah. So. Three sort of species working together.
Nordics will go there.
Because I suppose them Nordics are all kind of like they're the kind of the flowy hardy.
Well, there was supposed to have been another alien species there, but which they reckon that 4, the god was one.
For the god of hammers,
who had to leave to battle some other alien species.
He had to go and fight Thanos.
You reckon he had one lung. Their internal organs were so like, this was like he had one big lung, he had one like fucking like small diddy out or some shit like that. It was like weird shit apparently.
Well, this is where it starts getting freaky anyway. So all the aliens are on level 5.
Yeah.
Level 6.
Yeah.
Are known as the Nightmare Hall. Yes. Right. This is where all the genetic human and other animal hybrids.
Shit.
Yeah, where they cross birds with rhinos and turtles with pig mice and people with donkeys and chickens. Apparently, it all went on in there. It was pandemonium.
The humans and the alien species go down there, but it's supposed to be that you would think that the human species was walking the alien around, but it actually works out to be the other way around.
What do you mean, like the aliens walking the human around?
Yeah, as in, as in the spy, I'm watching what you do, everything you do. Let's go, where you going now? What you doing? Right? All that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And don't forget, think of it this way as well. If you're going into my area where I don't want you to know so much, I'm mind reading you, so I know everything you're thinking where you're doing all this.
Yeah.
So if I think you're thinking of like doing something wrong, bang, I got you. I'm killing you there. I'm putting you level 7, brubs. Done.
Well, there was actually basically, so all these experiments were being done on level 6.
Yeah.
Genetic stuff, human hybrids with, like, say, other animal species, and and it was like the fact that aliens were allowing humans to do experiments on their species.
Yes.
But we were allowing them to do experiments on humans. Yeah.
Well, this is where I brought up the amount of people that were going missing.
This is where I'm going to go into, because there was actually a deal. Well, if you believe it all, it was a deal with Eisenhower.
Yes.
Right, where he said that, okay, I'll give you so many people.
Yes.
In exchange for technology, basically, like weapons, communications, Wi-Fi, but microprocessor, microchip.
Humans had to be listed. They had to know the name. They had to have them for a certain amount of time. They're not allowed to remember, and they're also not allowed to have been hurt at all. These were a part of the agreement.
Well, in level 7,
this
is where they kept them all. Right, cold storage.
It's
basically like vats of a liquid, where they were all just kept.
It's to do with something to do with the internal organs, where it lets out
a bit kind of like Matrix. Do you know when Neo was in that kind of goo shit?
Man.
Well, they reckon. Well, it was Thomas Costello who said all the people in the tanks were primarily children aged from between 5 and 9. Right, because of their atomic something that they'd be able to. No, they were able to kind of withstand some of the tests a bit better, because he had a sort of an atomic durability. Right, women of aged early 20s to early 30s, because of the fertility. And men, mid-sized men with dark hair, which were basically like who
no excuse to like taking.
There was no kind of the reason for that, but other than fertility again. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's hundreds and thousands of cases on that.
But they were all taken from like wherever. They weren't all volunteers. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely not.
And this is how kind of this is how Thomas started this kind of revolution. Really, because what happened is in his head, he's basically come onto one of the floors working one day. And he's not allowed to interact with these people or the aliens or anything like that. And this guy's come over and he's said to him, I need your help or whatever. Started up chatting with him. And he's turned out that
he's got everything wrong.
He's given him his information. He's given him his name. He said, I'm this is my name. Blah blah. And he couldn't talk long, but he's got a bit of
enough information to go away and do something.
Costello's then gone home. He's researched this name and it's come up back as a missing person. So obviously something's going on, right? Then it goes into this sort of like this kind of what's it? Loads of people missing. Eisenhower promising that they'd supply so many people. But I think the Greys were taking a hell of a lot more than they agreed to.
They broke the agreement.
So they broke the agreement.
They'd taken more people, but there was also another group that was coming in that was even worse species that were actually just coming in and taking people and fucking off, basically. They're like the worst of the lot.
Well, it came out anyway when Costello just basically told his best friend, right? So he sat at home. It's like, imagine me saying to one of you, like, oh yeah, gotta tell you guys, I've been working for this government organisation, where I've got to go down 7 levels, where I meet aliens, and would you just think, you fucking weirdo?
You think, numpty, fuck off, you're pulling my leg.
Well, that's what happened. He told his mate everything, and said, this is what happened, and then his wife and kids. But his wife and kids were actually kidnapped and taken after he told his friend.
Yeah.
And it's very unclear from what I gather if he ever saw him again. Yeah. Because maybe he thought, well, whatever I say now, they're going to be gone. Yeah. Well, he died actually, like later on. But I mean, he was one of the first people who kind of like blew the whistle on this sort of thing. Now, like I say, there was a lot of kind of information about the area from the locals, and they all say the same thing, that like there is something very weird about what goes on. Yeah. And there's obviously been sightings. Yeah. Right. So
UFO reports
but that's what I'm saying.
Is just
based on the local UFO thing, that could just be like aerospace sort of projects that they're working on. Like the what the
not necessarily, no, because you're not just seeing something like that. You're seeing something that's moving the way a thing cannot move.
Well, no, only
with
how
a human being.
No, only how we know of technology works now. But as soon as something comes out that's anti-gravity, then it changes everything we know about it.
To keep you in the field that you are now.
That's what I'm saying. And if you don't understand how it works, or you've never seen anything like it, then it's a UFO.
Exactly.
It's an alien.
Yeah, which it is. That's what it stands for, unidentified flying object.
That's what I'm getting at. If the locals have seen something, which I don't dispute they have, then it probably very well be a military operation or a military black project.
Well, there is loads of military bases around there, like you said, like Area 51, Groom Lakes there. That's like that was their main base, but
another thing
somewhere else now.
Is cattle mutilations is rife in that area.
And it's grown again.
Yeah, and there's not kind of like an explanation to that, right? Actually, I saw a really good tweet about some guy put, I really can't wait that for when our civilizations grown enough that we can travel to distant planets, just to draw pretty pictures in their fields and come home.
Well, yeah, but no, I mean, some of these pictures are like mathematically giving equations and like answers to certain things. I mean, people are looking at it as you're seeing something, but professors and stuff like that are looking at it and going, actually, you know what? That could be an answer to a question that we've had for years, and you've just given us the answer.
Who?
The crop circle.
Oh yeah, of course, but I mean, it couldn't.
And we've gone over crop circles before with the radiation.
Well, no, I think I remember being very impressed with crop circles in the 90s, right? And then all of a sudden, I worked out how they were doing it.
Yeah, but they're not all doing it.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, I can understand. I can understand if a ship, right, landed and it created an indentation in a field, right? Yeah. But to do these far out patterns that are geometrically perfect.
I saw one.
Somebody with a plank of wood and a bit of rope in the middle of the night, done.
Nah.
100%.
Time consuming alone, you couldn't do half of the designs.
Oh, of course you could. You get a team of people. Very creative people, you know.
Right in the middle of that in the night with no light.
100% I've seen them do it.
That you could put radiation out behind you and also break every single.
I don't know. Could have been dragging along a little
every
bit of
single
plutonium along.
Fucking on the core.
All right.
You have like
if there was radiation, then I can't explain that.
Exactly,
right?
and the way it's twisted under, not all,
like
but it's twisted under.
Like I say, and I also know about the brakes in the car, and if it's bent or against the knuckle,
you need
and
high
stuff like
pressure
that.
for that.
Right, but I'm not saying all of them. And real. Maybe one or two of them are real, but the vast majority are fake.
I've got to agree. There is a.
I'd say
there is.
I'd go as far as saying 99.
I'd go more than 50%.
I'd say 99.2%.
99.2%.
Yeah, 99.2%.
But then you know what that means. Who is it then? So there you are. You knew to answer that question. Why ain't anyone answering that question?
There is people. There's two people who was pro.
Why ain't any governments answering that question?
It doesn't matter because the governments aren't bothered about people making field imprints, right? There was two guys in the 90s who came out and said it's us.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Right. They came out. At the end of the day, there was a lot of fascination with it in the 90s. Yeah, there was. Right. There's still a big fascination with UFO now, and ufology, right? And it's coming back in a big way, right? But it's how this.
Because we're not getting the questions answered.
This seems more fake news to me than what other stuff is.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of disinformation out there, and there's a lot of things that. But you need. What you do is you need to look at the information that you're looking at, and then step out of the box and check it out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and it's
don't just believe it.
Exactly. Just because someone presents you with a story doesn't necessarily mean it's true. And this is exactly why when I said I was getting a bit frustrated with this, because Agent Coulson, thanks for sending us some stuff, man. He sent us this Matrix style fucking text, green text on a black background, and it was Ed burning. Well, he is Agent Coulson. Works for SHIELD.
Well, that's it. He's double agenting.
So he's SHIELD, KGB, FBI, MI5. He's getting them all.
FBI,
yeah. He's got all the initials.
Yeah.
So so like it was some of that was Ed gear, and I was just like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
What are they talking about? And it just seems really kind of like a computer game. It's like you transcend down the levels to the nightmare floor. Yeah. And how come the nightmare floor's not 7 when there's we got storage in 7. Yeah. The nightmare floor's in 5. So technically there's only one floor where it's pretty shit. All the rest are government office spaces and living pods for greys.
A question's just popped in my head. See if you can answer it.
Go on.
What would you have to state that it's true? What would you need if someone walked up to you and told you?
Well, this is the thing,
and they worked for someone,
right? Because basically, Costello broke back in because they've not finished with the story. They turned into a whole. There was actually in the early 90s a battle, right? A battle in the base, right? Because some rebels. I don't know if it was the workers of the reptilians, right? That or the humans, or some, because I don't know if all these humans.
I'd put it down. It's to us as somewhere.
Well, potentially, right? Well, there was a bit of a revolution, right? But the Greys got onto it with the psychic abilities, right? And
laser arms.
Because they broke I think it was something to do with them breaking this treaty as well, or taking more humans than they did.
Yeah, because the army, the first army was sent to one of the bases.
All this plus a few of the kind of workers, the staff, kind of not digging what they're doing there anymore, like Costello. Mm-hmm. So Costello's kind of thought, right, one night he's told his mate, right, wants evidence now. Yeah. So he's broke in the middle of the night. Now he knows all the ins and outs. He's security, so he knows which ways to go. So he's broke in, and he took a load of pictures, load of videos, stole a load of documents, and then got out. Right. He's kind of thinking, I'm doing the right thing. Right. Yeah. But then this sparks off all this kind of like battle that went on. Yeah. In the mountain, right.
But could it have been started from when Phil Snyder had shot the first alien, then the alien shot him down?
Could have.
Then he got dragged up.
Maybe
and then
he was part.
Marines
maybe he was part. Well, it wasn't the Marines. It was Delta Force.
Well,
and Delta Force took over, mate. So they took it was early 90s. Well, so I think they took they took over Delta Force and got it all sorted. I think. Yeah, that's what.
Well.
That's what I gather.
Yeah.
So but then obviously then the people involved, the rebels. Yeah. They were kind of reintroduced back into the system.
Yeah.
So well, Costello actually died in an earthquake not so long ago.
Which one?
It was in Puerto Rico. So, but none of his evidence exists anywhere. You can't find any of the videos, any of the photographs, any of the documents.
You'd have thought he'd been able to let that out.
The fact of the matter about this topic is, if what you say, what would I need to kind of like believe it? Some of that evidence would be great. Do you know what I mean? Just some of it, and there isn't any. And this is the thing: it's 4 guys' word, right? In fact, no, 2 guys' word. If you think about it, of course there is. There's Costello, there's your Schneider, right?
But the 2 guys,
they're the only people who claim to have been in there.
No, because
who else?
Schneider,
the
same instant, there was 2 more men there.
Well, where are they? Have they come forward?
They've gone to Canada in a nursing home, and the Canadians will not let the American government speak to him because one of them can't speak.
But that's what I'm saying.
And the other one refuses to speak.
That doesn't matter then, because at the end of the day, there's loads of people who potentially work in there.
Schneider got murdered.
Now, this is what I'm saying. There's 2 people who were the instigators in this whole thing, right? Forget the 2 people in Canada, because as far as I'm concerned, they don't want to speak as much as all the rest of the scientists don't want to speak. It doesn't matter because they may as well not want to speak because as much as everyone else in that mountain, right? Because if there's 100,000 aliens and there's a load of humans, they're all working together, right? None of them are coming out and blowing a whistle. It's literally Schneider and Costello, right?
No, but
it's 2 people, so it's 2 people's word against the world.
No, because it works out the same way as
You're
Roswell.
a flat Schneider.
No. The same as it would happen with Roswell. People were warned off, weren't allowed to say anything, and then years later down the line when they were dying and stuff was happening, and they give it up, and they've gone like, you know what, I've got nothing to lose now, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to tell them.
Well, maybe they might come through in the future and say, yeah, this has been going on, but at the moment, the only testimonies to this case is Thomas Costello,
right,
who's dead, right, Rob Schneider,
who was murdered,
right, was he murdered?
He was murdered, right. He did his lecture in 1997, January 1997, sorry, 1996, and then a year later, and remember that year, there was 13 attempts on his life. There was several shootings. There was also several knocking his car off the road, and there was also fist fights. So
he might have been up to something. He might have known something.
No, because he was opening his mouth. Because this lecture that he did.
Oh yeah, I've seen the lecture.
To prove.
Yeah.
So a year later, he'd been found at home with a rubber pipe around his neck 3 times, and then a bow at the front. Now, how the fuck could you do that? It's impossible to do that.
There's loads of these cases where you get found up zipped in a suitcase and he's
locked
in a room.
Is done a defamation or not defamation, what do you call it?
Said he wouldn't.
Affidavit,
saying he wouldn't. He's not the type of guy to kill himself.
Because she obviously knows what he was saying. Look how many.
They all say that though, don't they? They always say, "Oh, he wasn't the type."
Yeah, but then they've turned around and said, like, I've got some information. I'm going to drop a bomb on the government on UFOs, and I'm going to go over here. And by the time they get over there, they're fucking dead. Yeah. How many times has that happened? It's God knows how many times. And it's always, oh, it was suicide. Or a robbery. Oh yeah, really robbery? Well, why? Well, he's still got his wallet, his watch, all his jewelry, everything he's got on him. So how do you work that out to be a robbery? Well, he didn't have a briefcase with him. He had an umbrella and he's still there.
Well, like I say, I mean, even if he did know something or if it is true, it's been kept that much under wraps that the only 2 people who did have the sort of foresight to go, the guts to come out and say anything are both dead. Yeah. Right?
So basically that shows if you want to come out now.
Well, no, one of them died in an earthquake.
Yeah, but they could easily turn around and say that was Hart. We've used that on that.
No, yeah, and like I said earlier, I think that's quite extreme to use the.
But we don't know what they know on the technology side.
You're going to kill a whole neighbourhood just to kill one guy.
Well, they want to knock out 8% of the population. Why not?
They'll just send in a fucking just send in an SAS team or something.
It's no problem with them. All they do is tell their people to get out. We're knocking the area a little bit, and then you can move back in.
Extreme.
Yeah, but these are wankers that are extreme that aren't doing this for our own good. They're doing that for their own fucking good.
Is a bit of a thing,
which
yeah.
they're probably going to get stabbed in the back.
So, like I say, the local area of Dulce, New Mexico.
Yeah.
They built a dam.
Saddam.
A big dam that powers the area.
Oh,
it
yeah.
powers the reservation, but it also powers the base.
Yeah.
So they kind of built it to say, oh, it's all in your best interest. We're only building this dam
Yeah.
to power your area.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously
They're really doing it for
ulterior
this.
potentially ulterior motives.
There's always an eternal.
And like I say, the base does exist. If you want to Google Map it or Google Earth it, you
Yeah.
can see the Dulce
Yeah.
base. And they've even got a golf course.
Yeah.
Slap bam in the middle. Do you know,
why
just
not?
like for where all the
Yeah.
kind of top brass can go out and hit 9 holes.
Aliens need to relax as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and they might be good at golf.
Yeah, they might
You
be
never know.
cheating bastards. I bet they're reading your mind going, yeah, I know you're going to use a
I
button
reckon
next.
they're more ping pong or Xbox.
Ping pong, yeah, Xbox, a fucking battery on that, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So what do you reckon to the whole Dolce thing? I'm getting the impression that you kind of believe it.
No, the thing is though, like it's this, like it's the evidence that right.
Well, like
this,
I say, that I don't think there is any evidence.
I do because this guy.
This one guy who says
Hold
what?
on, yeah, this one guy
Yeah.
who has evidence, as in pictures, as in
No, he's not
being
got
in
any.
the place.
He's not got any
Yeah,
pictures.
yes.
Well, I've not seen any pictures, and
Well,
there's no
look,
pictures available.
You need to get. Yeah, there is actually.
There isn't.
There's a book called Stealth Pilot Fighter.
Right.
Sorry, Stealth Fighter Pilot.
Right, I'm going to try and
Right.
get them up.
Yeah, go for it. And his picture is on there, standing on Groom Lake in your uniform. That's
Right.
Area 51.
I'm not talking about Area 51. I'm talking about inside the base. I want to see. I want to see the murder hall. I want to see.
He didn't have a camera on him, would he?
Well, that's what. I think this is what I'm saying. Costello claimed that he got videos and photographs, but never came up with.
All right
evidence.
then. All right. You want evidence?
Yes.
You want evidence?
Like I say, there's no evidence.
All right.
To this,
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and this is his evidence. He is the evidence, and this is why he lost 3 fingers. He got a burn in his chest. He's got a burn in his chest.
Right.
Right. Like a laser burn.
That's physical
Hold on.
injuries. You can't
His
say
bones,
that's evidence.
He's
That
got
could
no
happen.
toenails.
Right.
His bones have been burnt. His bones under his skin have been
And how has this happened to him? And how's he claiming this has happened to him?
There were 66 men who died along with him.
Is this these laser guns that?
No,
they
the
use?
Marines. Well, basically they went down after he got.
Well, no, were
shot.
the aliens using some sort of
He shot the
particle
first
beam
one
or
because he was
whatever?
about 7 feet from it. He shot the first one because he got a ugly bastard. Bang! Knocked him down. Another one popped round the corner and shot at him. But the way they shot at him, it was like a.
So did he not
an
know?
electric
So
shock
did he
from
not
its
know
chest.
the aliens were in there?
No, this is another thing.
Because
he didn't get told anything. Go over there, build another base.
Tunnel.
4 tunnels, and there was a problem on one of them. But the government must have known that they were there because they've been already operating with him since like 53.
Yeah. Well,
So,
earlier of like 47
possibly,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah. Since Roswell.
There
suppose.
was an agreement in 1933, Human Alien Agreement, it was called, and then there was a treaty in 1954 called the Alien Human Treaty, which was the Eisenhower one, which we got folded, basically. So so he got like this electric shock or something, whatever it hit him with. And he lay on the floor, and the Marine pulled him, put him on the lift and shoved him back up. And then as he was getting dragged out, the other Marines were going in, and him and 2 others were only survivors.
Right. I've got these images up, right? And the only images that they show of when you put in Dulce Base, right, are images from a computer game, right?
Yeah.
That is off a computer game.
I agree.
That's not human embryo type people suspended in a goo.
Yeah. I agree.
Now, these are all on disclosure websites.
Yeah.
Now, this is what my definition of fake news is, right?
Yeah.
When people are taking images from computer games and trying to pass them off as legitimate images from a base.
Oh yeah. I totally agree. I totally
cannot
agree. And
find-
we've seen more and more of it.
Now, I wish Costello was able to kind of pass these images on, and like I say, he actually supposedly passed them on to a woman called I've got a name here somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, I have. She's called...
Deborah.
I think she's called Crystal or...
Crystal?
Yeah, something like that.
Like Crystal Maze?
Like Richard O'Brien.
Yeah.
Richard O'Brien was the better fucking Crystal Maze guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like the new one now, to be honest.
Richard Iowade, she was called Cheryl Hinckley. Right? Cherry
Hinckley.
Cherry Hinckley. And she was kind of like Costello's kind of go-to, pass the information on if anything happens to me, right?
Because she'd be a double
agent.
agent.
She's never released anything either. So
Double
these
agent?
videos that supposedly exist.
Well, has anyone asked her?
Well, she's not. You'd think that it was kind of like a pretty standard information. If
Are you sure she hasn't been threatened?
All right, then you've passed me an envelope and said, Gaz, I need you to kind of do me a favour. Anything happens to me, make sure this gets to the right people.
Yeah.
I don't just shove it in a drawer and then you snuff it in weird circumstances. And I don't think, oh shit, yeah, best post that letter he asked me to post.
But if Jay and a couple of his lads busted down your door, walked up to you and went, I work for the fucking government.
I'd say,
you tell me what you've got, or you're going missing tonight, son. Now.
So I'll go missing.
I'm not giving you two chances, I'm giving you the one and the one only.
Snitches get stitches,
right?
I wouldn't be telling her anything. I'd just be
in
like
the back of the van, right?
I'd have to, that's what things, what
and
you
the
got to do.
problem comes there is that whatever the evidence is there either gets thrown in the bin somewhere for someone mistaking.
I wouldn't have anything incriminating.
Someone's going to look at it and go, oh,
you're making no sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is all bullshit, what the fuck, and throw it away. So then at the end of the day, evidence is lost then.
Yeah, well,
a lot of evidence gets lost, but a lot of evidence, they won't let the fucking evidence out, you know. If they know you've got evidence, like if we knew something tonight and we said something, we're going missing tomorrow.
No.
We're getting at the door, he's going to knock on, and they're going to go, you fucking say anything
because at the end of the day, why there's so many things that happen.
National security.
No, there's so many things that happen, and all that stuff still gets out, right? Somebody will put two and two together and get
Men in black are going to knock on the door.
I'm telling you, right? Telling you, this is it doesn't add up to me, and
it doesn't add up to you.
It doesn't add up to me, and I just think the fact that you've got two people who could be mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? As far as I'm aware, they might never have worked for the place he might have just been a security guard who was a bit lonely. He was a bit kind of sad, and he just wanted to kind of get people to pay attention to him. Well, so he could still want a bit of attention.
He's married. He's working for the government.
He was a security operative working for the government.
No, this guy was a
Costello. Yeah, but the other guy, like you said, he was just a contractor who'd just been hired to come and dig a couple of tunnels.
17 years.
Yeah, but no.
13 bases.
Totally, 13 bases. So he was not always at that one base. He was working at other bases.
No, but
so
after
he'd been
that,
brought in to come.
He left and started talking about it because he found something.
But that's what I'm saying. They've said, "Come here, we need you to do this one tunnel." All right. So he's come on a contract basis. Where he's just turned up.
No, he worked for an
established place. Yeah, but for working all around the country.
Yeah.
Right. So when he's been off at all these other bases where there's no aliens.
Yeah, but he had like he worked for the NATO as well.
But that's what he doesn't work directly for. He didn't work directly for that base, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no.
So he's turned up. Well, otherwise he wouldn't have shot at him because he should have known.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. So
then,
what if he's just had a breakdown? Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well.
All that time underground drilling in a tunnel
because of what he gets into. He's got these metals that don't exist.
Right.
Basically, he tells a story of.
So he's got evidence.
There you go.
But has he got these metals? Where are they?
Exactly. After his death.
So exactly. So the metals have disappeared. It's only allegedly he had these metals. No one's seen them, and no one's tested them.
Tested them before, and they'd tested them before.
Nah,
we weren't being stupid.
So what was?
And if you want proof, the best person to go and see is his wife.
Right. So what was he called? Schneider.
Yeah, Phil Schneider.
So Schneider's metals.
One was called what was it? Michael Knight.
Michael Knight.
No,
that's
like a Mega
Knight Rider.
I've got it written down here somewhere. But it was Nah, it was like an element.
Yeah,
And he
well,
says that there was 140 elements, but at that time there was only 100.
I'll have to have a look into that. Yeah, because I remember you saying something about there being more elements. But
Yeah, in
on this
1990
table.
there was only 105 elements. Now there is 118, but at that time
Oh
he
yeah,
knew there was
and
140.
I'm pretty sure with like smashing particles against each other and all that bollocks, we're gonna find more elements.
Well, this stuff that he was talking about, which probably is the stuff that's
it's
killed
like there's
him.
loads of
basically.
fabrics and stuff like that
Mironite.
supposedly come off.
It's called Mironite.
Isn't that the sort of stuff that supposedly come off Roswell as well, where it was like a metal fabric that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know,
Mironite.
they might have known that from the Roswell incident and then decided they're going to implement it into their story. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So you never know.
This
is what I'm saying. It's like all these things were happening around that area at once, right?
Yeah.
One guy works for a base and he comes up with this little elaborate story, and then another guy goes, "Oh, I'm getting on this." You know, it's two people.
Yeah, I'm not going with that though.
I don't know. You never know.
No.
Now, I'm open to the possibility that this could potentially happen, right? These, like that guy said about the fact that there is space down there for a base.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that they are perched on the side of that mountain and the geography of it, and the geology of it.
Yeah, it's good.
Right. The minerals and the magnetic fields from the continental divide.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah. Right. I'm not saying there's not a base inside. I'm not saying that they've not got hangars built into that mountain.
Yeah.
Right. But they're probably just doing normal secret shit rather than total top secret
Rather
shit.
than playing with TR3Bs.
Well, and again, they might even be doing genetic experiments, but I doubt it's aliens and humans working together to do genetic experiments. They might be just doing snidey genetic experiments on their own. Humans, you know, out of the way in the mountain where they can't be seen.
No, because the way I see it,
well, they've been doing experiments on people for years in terms like MK Ultra and stuff. So it I wouldn't put it past them. So you know, you get a mountain and you've got a complex in a mountain where you can get away with being unseen. You can get away with anything. Now, so basically, but no, that's exactly the same situation as we've just explained in this topic, right?
Yeah.
Minus aliens, and you're saying no. Right? You put the aliens in, you're saying yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't agree with that. I see what you mean, but I don't agree with it though.
Alright, okay.
You know
so you prefer
I'm not looking at it in that way.
You prefer with aliens. How come it can't just be us, we're the monsters, we're the ones doing the fucking crazy experiments on each other, on our own species.
Don't need fucking hide in the military base for that kind of shit.
That's worse than having aliens doing it to us, to be honest.
What?
Having humans doing it to us, like, you know, say if they had this mountain where they were doing genetic experiments, which is what the concept of this is, right? Then, but we're passing the book and saying it's aliens doing the genetic experiments on humans.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. I agree.
It's probably not aliens. It's probably humans doing genetic experiments on humans.
Yeah, but no, and the reason why I say no is because of the
bullshit.
No, the kind of stuff that come out, like the certain technologies that come out and do certain things, and how fast the ability of
but everyone always
well.
attributes that to Roswell. So Roswell got the credit for all that leap in human evolution.
There was one a year before that, just up the fucking road. No one mentions that, but Roswell, because it got mentioned in the paper. And because there's more evidence on that.
So what technology are they going to be able to provide that they didn't? Is what I'm saying. It's
because the military got to the Blue Squad got to the craft before, and it was supposed to be 17 aliens were there or something.
Yeah, I suppose.
And they got there before anyone else could see it, and don't forget it was in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, we could talk about this all night, but I'm going to say my opinion on this is it's not got enough evidence for me to kind of have a kind of a good sort of like I can agree with it. That's just my personal opinion. I've looked at quite a lot of fucking info on it.
Yeah.
Right, and it all keeps coming back to these two or three people. Right.
Right.
And like I say, and the stories are great. It's a fantastic story. Right. But there's no supporting evidence to back it up. No, there's loads of substance. It's compelling. There's a civil war. There's everything. It's got everything, but it's not got evidence to back it up.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's your opinion.
It. So where are you on it?
Well, I'm on it that I would say at this moment in time, if I would have to put a percentage on it, right, I would have to say 60-40.
Right. Okay.
Now, there are stuff there that say, now it could be bullshit.
We could come back to this. I could find out something next week that totally changes my mind. Yeah.
Well, this is
right.
It.
And that's the beauty of kind of having a theory or an opinion. You can change your mind whenever you want. You know.
Exactly.
That's what education's for. You change your mind because you've learned something that's changed your mind. So the way I look at it is, at the moment.
You're more 40-60 or...
No, I'm more
20-80.
20-80. Yeah, in terms of kind of, like I say, these elements of truth to it.
Yeah.
And I do believe there is a base there. I do believe, there probably is top secret stuff going on there.
Yeah.
But to the extent that these guys are talking...
But if you think of other incidents, it kind of lines it up and goes, you know what? Yeah, now it makes it, instead of being
it'd be great.
50-50, it's more like 70.
I say it would be great if it was true, but it's like you can't even say that because the stuff that they're claiming that's happening there.
Well, we never know anything's true until.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll be out of fucking doing this then. If it all come out and people won't come out, and the reason why people won't come out is because there are consequences for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If a government comes out and goes, I've been lying to you since 19.
Well, no, I mean, at the end of the day, if you were a worker in one of these facilities, wouldn't you think, it's a bit shady this? I don't think, ethically speaking, would you not get up in the morning and think,
but that's why
I don't really want to go to work today. I don't really want to go and do genetic experiments on people.
Yeah, but then you get sickos who go, I'm going in there tonight. I might even have a little bite myself. You know what I mean? You get sickos like that. Or just, feeling full of fucking ease or shit. Yeah. And put him out partying and they come in rocking his head off going, I'm going to do this today. You know what I mean? There's means and ways. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, if you think you've got a bit more of information on it, or you can
have a look into it.
If you can supply us with any video, photos, or anything like that, then send them over. Because, like I say, I'm willing to look at it. Yeah. But I can't guarantee.
Well, like I say, I'm 60-40, man. I mean, there's
I'm not going to hold that. I'm not going to hold that against you.
Definitely going on there, and it doesn't necessarily
like I say,
mean aliens are involved.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
The likelihood of the things that are going on that make me think that it's more likely something's going on makes me think aliens are involved because of the weirdness around certain things.
There's definitely a high strangeness going on with the aliens.
And there's certain things that we cannot do, even if the military were getting 40% of stuff every year, technology. And
I wouldn't mind, right? But it's like when they come out with these claims, they're just really outlandish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's you'd think it's like you'd expect that if I kind of witnessed something like that, I wouldn't bother telling anyone unless I could back it up with some proof because. You're just going to look like a crackpot or a crank.
Yeah, but you won't now. You don't now because there's more and more people seeing it and more people going, well, you know what? Yeah, I thought the fucking was something wrong. You tell me what that is.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that
it gets it, if everything...
But I'm not saying that there's not weird things that happen. Yeah. I'm not saying that there's not strange happenings in the world, right?
Yeah, there's more strange things than just UFOs and that.
I just think, and even if there is this sort of coalition of aliens and humans working together.
Yeah.
I think they've probably got better things to do than trying to just genetically mash up. I mean, well, what have they got out of it?
Basically.
So if these have been working, No, they've been at it since the 1939 or
6
1940,
billion people,
1940s.
and the rest of the people who are here are going to be slaves.
What have they been up to for all these decades?
Putting
They
the plan in action.
could have come up with something.
Yeah,
So
they have.
well,
Look
no,
at the
I'm
way
not
we
seeing
are
any
now.
of these genetic monsters or genetic thingy. Any of these.
All right, so you don't see programs or weirdest things on planet Earth.
Yeah, they're just people who just.
Well, yeah, but there is some things there, and it's like, you know what, that is weird, and no one's got an answer for it.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, he was
that's
genetically, a fucking dog, but he was swimming in the
No,
ocean for the last 20 years.
most genetic things are where someone's been growing up next to a fucking nuclear power plant or something like that, or Sellafield.
Well, yeah, even that kind of shit, it's still weird stuff that, like, hold on.
Yeah, but it can be explained. That's what I'm saying. It can be explained.
Yeah,
There's certain things
most
that
things
can be explained.
But there
There's
are
a lot of
certain
stuff
bits
that can't. Yeah. So,
you know what I mean? Even if it's only 2% that you can't, it's still 2%. That is still a big proportion of there's something there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up tonight anyway.
Appreciate it.
Don't worry about it. I'll let you.
Yeah.
Well,
You're a good
you
man,
can have
really.
one.
I don't care what he says behind your back.
I don't think it. Like I say, it's like I think the beauty of this kind of this job, doing what we do here, is you can't agree on everything. You can't. It's like before you know it, you just
You've got to articulate
you
it
go
a certain way.
you go bonkers.
Yeah. You got to try and put it in your what you're seeing or what's telling you what's making you believe that.
I know. I just basically I always kind of look at
see if you're a nutball.
I always look at a number of sources.
Yeah.
I never just go off the first thing I see.
Yeah.
I make a lot of notes, and then a lot of my notes kind of like end up being what's the word, contradictory of each other. Yeah. So so like when we talk and you say, oh well, I found out this information.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ends up like kind of finding out bits that contradict.
Well, yeah, because then you create that story level of.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You end up working like you'll end up finding a couple of reputable people or somebody who you trust.
Yeah.
Like who talks, or gives you videos or like books or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you kind of make your own mind up.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's
what
I do.
Well, that's it. That's all we're doing is just giving you the info so you make your own mind up. If you don't believe us, don't believe us. If you do, have a little look at what we're talking about.
And like I say, I can be change my mind. We might come back to this if we can find any good info. Yeah. So we'll do the endy bit. They got come to see me. Right, so if you want to get in touch with us at Never a Straight Answer, you can email us on neverstraightanswer@gmail.com. You can get us on Instagram at neverstraightanswer, Twitter NASA_never, which is where we get most of our kind of chit chat going on. To be honest, everyone dives on Twitter. You can also get me on Gaz Duncan on Twitter. And Taylor doesn't do social media.
Sorry,
so
don't do
you won't
that,
be able
mate.
to get.
Nah.
You won't be if you want to pass your
message.
Pass your message on through me.
Yeah.
And I'll get the message over to
me,
Taylor if you've got anything specific you want to say.
And then our response live or something.
Yeah. Well, I was going to suggest as well. Right. I put a link up to the Anchor app on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or Twitter. I put it up on Twitter. If you want to go through the Anchor app, you can actually leave us a voicemail.
Oh right,
so
man.
You can we can put the voicemails in the show.
Oh
right?
Sweet, brilliant.
So if you wanted to drop us a voicemail,
man,
we'll
give
pick
us a shout
that
or
up.
something.
If you've got any questions or questions on topics that you want us to cover,
that's
or
a good
anything
idea.
like that, just drop us a voicemail and we can
question answer night or something.
Yeah, or if you want to ask us a question about us or anything, really, anything we've talked about. You can.
Wasn't me in the nude picture, by the way.
Put the go on to the link for the show or the new show that we pin onto the page. You'll be given the option to give us a call. I think there's a way of doing it. I'll put a screenshot or something, and you can kind of leave us a voicemail. You can get a bit of Never a Straight Answer merch if you go to Dizzy Jam Never a Straight Answer store.
There. Good quality as well.
And get some hoodies and cups and mugs and hats and stuff. If you want to subscribe to us, you can get us on all the platforms: iTunes, Google, Castbox,
Instagram.
We've done Instagram. Instagram, something else. And all that. So
Facebook.
I'm not going on Facebook.
No.
But we will be on YouTube.
YouTube.
We're coming to YouTube very, very soon. In fact, I think I'm going to be uploading the first episodes. So like episode 1 and onwards from tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
man.
that'll be Sunday.
Wicked.
What's the date tomorrow? Sunday the 11th.
12th, isn't it?
No, it's not the 12th. Is it? It's the 10th
Is
or
it?
11th?
No, is it 12? Where's it, Jay?
I think it might be the 11th.
Got a
So
yearly clock.
so 11th of
Time is it,
November.
Jay?
It should be on.
11th tomorrow.
Oh, today now.
Today,
It's gone one. Yeah.
Why?
So like yeah.
So it's the 11th.
So yeah, the YouTube should be like first episode.
The shit out of my fucking knee there.
Because she doesn't agree with your philosophies on aliens.
well then she can fuck off.
So we'll be getting that done. Have you got any shout outs this week?
I have to Mike and his missus.
Oh
having
yeah.
A quiet night in tonight.
Mikey was going to come down.
Yeah, he was going to come down tonight, but he had prior engagements.
Date night.
Yeah, date night. His missus comes first.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Agent Coulson.
I was just about to say I was going to give Agent Coulson a shout out.
Swoosh as well.
Swoosh.
Yeah.
I want to give I've got a couple of podcasts of the week.
Oh right, sweet.
We've got Geekdom Fancast, which is a kind of another geeky sort of culture, comics,
Sweet.
TV, movies sort of one.
Oh, cool.
And then we've got Trouble Speak, which is another Anchor family. They're
right.
on Anchor as well.
Sweet.
And they're 4 guys who talk politics and culture and conspiracies. So right up your street.
Yeah, right up my street.
Yeah. So if I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to you people.
And that's about it. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe. If you're on iTunes, give us a bit of a rating because that helps us.
Yeah.
And other than that, just keep doing what you're doing, listening, keep getting on it. Come and message us. Don't forget, if you, I want to get a couple of voicemails.
Throw some voicemails.
Yeah, give us a couple of voicemails and you'll be included in the show.
Yeah.
So
no naughty ones. We don't do naughty ones, do we, Jay?
If you do.
No naughty ones.
Oh yeah, Taylor wanted to know when at the front of the show when I called you what was it, taxonomy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yes. What does it mean?
Taxonomy. Yeah. Because what was your intro this week? Yeah. Because I give you because I'm coming up with intros for. And I try and make them link to the show. Yeah. So you might not have known what the hell I was going on about.
No, I was blindsided.
So your intro was friend to the Greys, lover of the lizard people.
Yeah, man.
The subterranean.
Yeah, leave my people alone.
Taxometrist, Taylor.
Hanging out with the Queen, bros.
Taxometrist is somebody who categorises organic species put into a category. So maybe he does work into the subterranean base. Categorising all these mad mutants that they're making, putting them into a category. You are.
Don't be picking on my people.
Splob. You're a splob.
Yeah.
You can go in the splob category.
Yeah.
Categorised, done.
No, strawberry.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Sweet.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of Never a Straight Answer.
I enjoyed it.
I'm Gaz.
I'm Taylor.
Been a bit of an irate one. I tell you what, I told you I said we were going to be high octane tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good, innit? We always have and enjoy ourselves. So
yeah. It's good. We enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I like to say, it's it's Poppy Day.
Yes.
Poppy Day today. Yes. So salute all those guys and who put the lives on the line and died in the First World War.
Yeah.
Peace out, guys. Yeah. Right, I'm Gaz.
I'm Taylor.
And it's Never a Straight Answer, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.